So let's get into the show right now where Diageo, I wonder how much money Diageo really has because I always hear about them. Well, they've officially cut ties with Sean Combs. Diddy, take that, take that, take that. That's what Diageo said. And this comes after Diddy sued the beverage company for allegedly not supporting their joint ventures, namely Ciroc Vodka and De Leon.
Diddy's own lawyers just turned around and sued him this week, and they actually won. Meanwhile, his son jumped on stage at a live concert, tried to fire up the crowd with a chant, and got nothing but awkward silence. And somewhere online, two women who used to be close to Diddy are publicly arguing over who will be his favorite when he gets out of prison. The drama isn't slowing down. It's getting louder every single day. Let me keep it real with you. This might be the roughest week yet for Sean Combs. The headlines keep stacking up, the tension keeps rising, and every new day seems to bring another twist in the story. By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly where each of these battles stands. Yo, Ral, you saw West Side. Happening inside the prison where Diddy's sitting right now, and you'll also learn about the one date in April that could flip everything upside down for him or shut the door on this entire chapter. Most people already know who Diddy is and the controversies surrounding those so-called freak-offs, so we won't go deep into that again. What you might not know is that he's now serving a 50-month sentence at Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institution, a low-security prison in New Jersey, where he reportedly earns about 40 cents an hour working inside the chapel library. But even if there's talk that he could leave prison earlier than expected, the situation outside those walls is still chaos. Reports say he's facing dozens of active civil lawsuits. His once massive empire has been crumbling piece by piece, and his sons, Justin and Christian, are out there trying to keep the family name from falling apart. That's the setup. Now let's talk about what really went down this week, starting with the legal battlefield, because this is where things got serious fast. Back in December 2025, Diddy's lawyers filed an appeal. Their argument was simple but bold. They said the 50-month sentence was way too harsh. They even called it draconian, which basically means cruel and extreme. According to them, the judge punished Diddy for things the jury never actually convicted him of. Because of that, the defense pushed for two options, either a full release or at least a reduced sentence. That was their big move. So what did prosecutors do next? On February 21st, 2026, they filed their official response, and they came back swinging hard. They defended every part of Judge Subramanian's ruling and made it clear they weren't budging. Prosecutors argued the sentence was completely justified. They also claimed the women involved were pressured, even though the jury didn't directly rule that way. In their view, the judge reviewed all the evidence and made the right call. Translation: federal prosecutors are not backing down at all. Now everything is building toward one massive date, April 9th, 2026. That's when the hearing will happen at the U.S. Court of Appeals in Lower Manhattan. 3 judges will hear the case, and each side gets just 10 minutes to argue. 10 minutes to fight for freedom or to keep that sentence locked in place until 2028. Best case for Diddy, the conviction gets overturned and he walks out free. Middle scenario, the sentence gets reduced, maybe cutting his time down to about a year. Worst case, the appeal is denied and he serves the full 50 months. Either way, the legal battle just leveled up big time.
Very bad day. There is a human being now in custody for 50 months.
Diddy was just sharing.
Based upon conduct that a jury heard, the jury resolved, and the jury rejected. It is really a sad day for everybody.
I don't feel that way. I feel justice was served.
He should be released.
Justice was
Mr.
served.
Combs should be home.
Free Sean Combs.
Yeah, Trump, Diddy, Epstein, all innocent.
We are planning to appeal.
Man, I want to hear them, bro.
We are planning to appeal. We think we have strong bases to appeal. The strongest basis is that the jury reached a verdict on coercion. It found there was not coercion, and I think the judge said coercion today as a basis for a sentence at least a dozen times. We think that is unconstitutional. We think that a jury verdict should mean more than our jury's verdict seems to mean, and so we are planning to appeal.
Now let's move to war number 2, the money. And this part is wild when you remember who this man used to be. On February 23, 2026, just 2 days after that legal response, TMZ obtained court documents showing that Diddy and his son Christian were being sued, but not by a rival in the music world, not by a stranger, but by their own law firm. The firm is called Summa, LLP, and according to court filings, they had been working with Diddy since March 2025. The paperwork says the firm logged more than 100 attorney hours and about 90 hours from paralegals, yet the bill still hadn't been paid. The total they claimed they were owed? Exactly $53,608.35. Now, the good news, if you can even call it that, is that the situation got resolved this week. The case was dismissed after payment was made. Problem closed, at least on paper. But here's why this situation raised a lot of eyebrows. When your own lawyers have to drag you into court just to get paid, that says a lot about what might be happening behind the scenes. The bills keep stacking up, the money keeps flowing out, and right now there doesn't seem to be a clear stop button. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture for a second. Diddy's net worth was once estimated at around $1 billion. Today, many financial estimates place it somewhere between $400 million and $600 million. That's a drop of roughly 40 to 60% in less than 2 years. That kind of fall gets attention fast. His long-running partnership with Diageo, the company connected to Ciroc Vodka, is officially over. That deal lasted about 15 years and was reportedly worth hundreds of millions. Now it's finished. At the same time, civil lawsuits are still stacking up. In February, a court in Los Angeles approved new claims related to alleged misconduct, which means more legal costs, more hearings, and potentially more settlements. And while all that pressure builds outside, Diddy is sitting inside Fort Dix, reportedly doing routine prison work and earning around 40 cents an hour. Financial battle? Right now, it's looking rough. Now we move to war number 3, and honestly, this one might be the most chaotic yet. Now we get to the third battle, and honestly, this one is tough to watch. Diddy is locked up right now, which means he can't speak publicly. No interviews, no social media posts, no press appearances, nothing. He can't jump online and defend himself, so his sons Justin and Christian have stepped up trying to fight the public. Battle for him! But the internet has been brutal. Let's start with Christian, also known as King Combs. He was performing during the Room 112 tour in Inglewood, and at one point he tried to hype the crowd up. He grabbed the mic and shouted, "Everybody say bad boy," expecting the audience to roar back. But instead, nothing. Not a little pause. Complete silence. The kind of silence that makes everyone in the room uncomfortable. The moment spread across the internet almost instantly, and the clip started going viral. And of course, 50 Cent saw it. He reposted the video on Instagram with a short caption, "Damn, his timing was just a little off." That was enough to send the internet into another frenzy. Christian jumped into the comments and fired back. He called 50 a senior CI and suggested that 50 was only posting about him because of old drama involving his child's mother, Daphne Joy, who had previously been linked to Diddy. 50's response? Basically nothing. He shrugged it off and kept moving like it wasn't even worth the effort. Then the situation got even more complicated. Justin and Christian recently announced they're working on their own documentary series scheduled to land on the Zeus network in 2026. Their goal is to tell their side of the story and push back against 50 Cent's upcoming Netflix documentary about their father. 50 saw the announcement and immediately reposted it. But this time he added a voiceover listing several accusations connected to both brothers. Then he dropped a caption saying, "Wow, I won't see this show. I'm not sure this was a good idea." So now the picture looks messy. Christian tried to hype a crowd and heard crickets. Christian tried to clap back at 50 and got ignored. And now Justin and Christian are stepping into the documentary spotlight right in the middle of an already heated situation. That documentary announcement, it got mocked online before it even had a chance to drop. So, while the legal battle, the money problems, and the public image fight are all happening at once, the big question is this: what is Diddy actually doing right now? At the moment, he's at Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institution in New Jersey. It's a low-security facility, and reports say he's working inside the chapel library, earning about 40 cents an hour. But there is one thing happening behind those walls that could actually work in his favor. Diddy has reportedly enrolled in the Residential Drug Abuse Program, also known as RDAP. This is considered the most intense treatment program offered in the federal prison system. And here's why it matters so much. If an inmate completes the full 12 months of the program, they can qualify for up to 1 year off their sentence. If that happens, Diddy's release date could move from May 2028 all the way up to February 2027. That's a massive difference. But here's the catch. Trouble already followed him inside. Back in November 2025, Diddy was written up for violating prison rules. According to reports, he made a 3-way phone call, which goes directly against prison policy. The rules are strict. No multi-person calls are allowed, even if the conversation involves legal matters. The punishment came fast. He reportedly received 90 days with no phone privileges and 90 days with no access to commissary. His publicist later claimed it was a protected attorney-client conversation and that nothing improper took place. But prison officials said the call still showed a clear disregard for the rules. And the result? His official release date was pushed back. Originally, his projected release date was May 8th, 2028. Now, it's June 4th, 2028. An extra month added to the clock. So even inside prison, it seems like Diddy keeps running into situations that make things harder for himself. All right? We have to talk about this part because a lot of people have been waiting for it. While Diddy is sitting in federal prison dealing with 3 different battles at once, another messy situation exploded online. His supporters started arguing with each other in public. One of the women who has been openly supportive of Diddy, Gina, went online and started calling out Young Miami and a woman named Carisha. She claimed she's the one Diddy truly cares about because, according to her, she stayed loyal the whole time. She said she didn't testify against him, didn't cooperate with prosecutors, and stood by him while everything was falling apart. Gina even said she wants to be his side piece for the rest of her life and that she hopes he gets out of prison in just a few months. That statement alone had people online shaking their heads. But the drama didn't stop there. Carisha is reportedly also waiting for Diddy to be released, and now the 2 women are going back and forth online about who would be first in line when he gets out. The internet quickly turned it into another round of chaos. Now let's pause for a second and look at reality. Most of Diddy's assets are currently being handled through TriStar Entertainment. Reports say even some of his children have had difficulty getting certain expenses processed through that system. On top of that, he's facing more than 80 civil lawsuits, and financial estimates suggest his net worth has already dropped significantly. So the idea that he would walk out of prison and immediately start financially supporting multiple people again, that's not really a clear plan. Right now, it sounds more like wishful thinking than anything else. And while Gina is calling people out and is waiting publicly online, the truth is that none of this helps Diddy at all. If anything, it just shows how chaotic everything around him has become. Because the center of all this drama isn't online. It's inside a small prison cell where Diddy is reportedly earning around 40 cents an hour. Before we wrap this section up, though, we need to circle back to the most important date in this entire situation. April 9th, 2026, 10 a.m., 40 Foley Square in Lower Manhattan. That's where the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit will hear the case that could change everything. 3 judges, 10 minutes per side. That's it. And here's what makes this situation even more unusual. The Second Circuit Court actually fast-tracked this appeal. Normally, cases like this can drag on for years before anything happens, but this one is moving in just a few months. Legal analysts say that kind of speed is rare, and when it happens, it usually means the court believes there are serious legal questions worth reviewing. Now, that doesn't guarantee Diddy wins the appeal, but it does mean the door is open in a way that many appeals never get. Best case scenario? The conviction gets overturned and he walks out free. Middle outcome? The sentence gets reduced and maybe he's out before the end of this year. Worst case scenario? The appeal gets denied completely and he serves the full 50 months, meaning June 2028 stays locked in as the release timeline. Everything right now, the legal fight, the financial pressure, and the public battle comes down to that moment on April 9th. Just 10 minutes in front of 3 judges could shift the entire story. So mark that date. Now let's break down where each of the battles stands right now. War number 1, the legal fight. Prosecutors fired back hard. On February 21st, they defended the entire sentence and made it clear they're not giving up any ground. April 9th is the next major showdown. War number 2, the financial situation. His own law firm had to sue him to collect payment. Reports suggest his net worth has dropped roughly 40 to 60%. The business empire that once looked unstoppable is shrinking. And right now, he's reportedly earning about 40 cents an hour inside prison. War number 3, the public image battle. His sons are trying to defend him in the spotlight, but the internet has been harsh. Christian's bad boy chant moment was met with silence. 50 Cent barely had to say anything for the clip to explode online, and the documentary announcement got mocked before it even had a chance to launch. Meanwhile, inside Fort Dix, rule violations already pushed his release timeline back instead of forward. The man who once called himself Puff Daddy, the one throwing huge parties, running one of the biggest labels in music, and signing massive deals, is now sitting inside a small prison cell while everything around him keeps battling it out. And right now, that entire world around him looks like it's falling apart. Every week brings new headlines, new drama, and new twists that nobody saw coming. We'll be back next Sunday to track everything leading up to April 9th. That means the latest legal filings, any financial updates, and whatever else might explode online, especially if his sons decide to jump back into the spotlight on social media. Now, before you leave, drop a comment and tell me what you think. Do you believe Diddy's appeal is actually going to work, or do you think he's serving the full 50 months? If you got value out of this video, hit that like button. It really helps more people find the channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Don't forget to share the video too, and I'll see you in the next one.